always, by Christian Swinsicki. We're live for today's matinee showcase between the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators and the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. Senior day at Thurlby Field for the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators. Christian, glad to have you back up in the press box. Looking forward to this one as always. Two teams looking to enhance their playoff resumes this afternoon. What are you looking forward to this afternoon?
I'm looking forward to the return of Tyler Endress as big number 12, the sophomore. Back, but you just told me a few moments ago before we went on the air, he's got a cast on the right arm. Good thing he's a lefty, though. You don't need that right arm to throw when you're a lefty.
That's right. Enders broke that right arm against Lawton in week 2 after just about 2 months on recovery list. He'll be back. So Glad's excited to get him back in the starting lineup this afternoon. This is the Chris Hathaway Farm Bureau pregame show here. Wow. It's early in the afternoon if you can't tell, but the Chris Hathaway Farm Bureau pregame show here, hosted by Next Level Broadcast. And as we're waiting to get things going at Thurlby Field, national anthem a couple minutes away. You mentioned earlier in the pregame, but I was doing some research. St. Francis with a 3-4 record, Muskegon with a 5-3 record. So these teams, as I said, lobbying to enhance their playoff resumes, increase those playoff points. Big game on tap for both these squads.
Absolutely. As we're looking for Traverse City, they're just kind of having, that struggle of a season. Ever since Enders went down, they've just had a rocky road in between every game. It seems like every other game, some other big player was getting injured. Between Olivier and Shepard had a lingering ankle injury all year. And ever since that week 1 win in Charlevoix, it's just been a bumpy ride. The wheels haven't fallen off, so they haven't needed a tow service yet. But it's just been rough.
Right now, the playoff picture looks like if the Gladiators win this game, they'll be going to Charlevoix for a district semifinal game, which is also a week 1 rematch from the game that we were at about 2 months ago. And the two teams have changed quite drastically since that game played back in late August. If the Gladiators don't win this game and fall, they'll be relegated down a few playoff points and will be on the road going to Menominee. So a 1 hour road game or a 6 hour road game is what weighs in the balance here for the Gladiators against the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. We're going to step aside here. This has been the Chris Hathaway Farm Bureau pregame show. We thank you for making us a part of your afternoon. We got Gladiator football on deck after these messages. Stick with us. We'll be back after this.
Lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
To Culver Meadows, Traverse City's premier family-owned senior living community specializing in dementia care. Here at Culver Meadows, we cultivate the perfect environment for your loved ones by combining our setting, scenery, and social interaction of our residents. We pride ourselves at being an extension of your own family here at Culver Meadows. Call 231-633-9430.
With more than 18 years of construction and deck building experience, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living wants you to know that they can customize and turn your deck and outdoor living space into something right out of your dreams. But wait, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living is now hiring employees in the Grand Traverse area, featuring a competitive industry wage, 5 weeks of paid time off, profit sharing, a 401k match program, health insurance options, advancement opportunities, and full-time year-round work. For job inquiries, call 1-231-881-6282. Well, welcome back into the Chris Hathaway Farm Bureau pregame show here on Next Level Broadcasting. About 3 minutes away from kickoff here from Thurlby Field. And while we have a moment, we're going to thank our friend Chris for being the Farm Bureau Next Level Broadcasting pregame show here this afternoon. Listen, Chris Hathaway is your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Attention all lakefront property homeowner. Did you know that he can protect just about everything that makes up your waterfront property? Yes, he can, ranging from docks, boats, boat lifts, seawalls, your nice beach, and so much more. Contact Chris at 231-947-9452 to get a quote and to protect what's most important to you today. That's Chris Hathaway Farm Bureau, our Farm Bureau pregame show here on Next Level Broadcasting, as always sponsored by Chris Hathaway. Charles Strail and Christian Swinsicki here moments away from this matinee of Gladiator football. Christian, it's a sunny day. It looks like a great day for football.
Going in comparison to these last few days leading up to this week where it was rain, spotty rain, more rain, this is a good day. I will take this day over the last 4 days that we've had here, especially on a night where these seniors are actually kind of excited. This is potentially their last game on this field, senior night here.
I know. And that bye week came at a good time for the Gladiators as they got a chance to rest up and get healthy and back to full health on the field, but we won't get
I wouldn't
into,
say full health.
Yeah, we're not going to get too much into the health report right now because at this point in time of the season, everybody's dealing with a few bumps and bruises after playing 7 or 8 games of a long football schedule. So Gladiators and Crusaders coming up next on Next Level Broadcasting. We're going to step aside when we come back. We'll have a special Senior Day tribute for all the Gladiators seniors that will be being showcased this afternoon. We'll show that, and then today's game between Crusaders and Gladiators coming up next, right after these messages.
Lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown cherry capital airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Lights and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and home of the brave?
Thank you. And now we ask you to please welcome the Crusaders.
Even though they have a 3-4 record, they're still looking forward to really having a playoff performance, and they're getting healthy right in the nick of time.
Yeah, I mean, let's first of all, before we kind of really keep digging into it, we're going to talk about the seniors for this 2023 senior class for the St. Francis Gladiators. From ascending order, it is Mason Daziak, number 7, number 13, Billy Dreama, number 16, Tyler Sheeran, number 32, Tommy Richardson, 52, Brian Rylson, 54, Brady Vollmer, and 55, Ben Stallman are the class of 2023 Gladiators, or 2024 Gladiator seniors this afternoon. So we're just about ready to get things started here. The Muskegon Catholic Crusaders won the coin toss and elected to defer to the third quarter. So it'll be the Gladiators with the opening possession of today's game, looking to get things started here from Thurlby Field. Charles Trail, Christian Swinsicki, and the crew of Next Level Broadcasting getting things squared away as we're ready to dial it in for some afternoon Saturday football between the Gladiators and the Crusaders from Muskegon.
Important thing to note is a couple of the big name players that we have on St. Francis's roster will be returning next year.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the junior class right now for the Gladiators with guys like Harrison Shepard, Warren Asher, some of those impact players along the offensive line as well.
Charlie Olivier.
Mm-hmm. And you look at, guys like Jack Gruber, Eli Bigger, a lot of those guys that see a lot of time will be making up this team next year. But right now, we want to give glory to those seniors that have worked hard and have had a very successful football career up to this point. Gladiators with an opportunity to get back to 500 on the season. Before we get ready to go, one more thank you to our pregame show sponsor, Chris Hathaway of Farm Bureau, as we're getting things underway between the Gladiators and the Crusaders. This one is fielded at the 30 by Eli Bigger. He's got a lane. Bigger out to the Gladiator 48-yard line, and he'll set up shop with the rest of his offense after a nice 18-yard return on the opening kick. Good job by Bigger following those blocks and getting it out near midfield.
Yeah, just found a seam in between the blocks. It was a short little squib kick, but able to get in between the blockers and found himself a good chunk of yardage on the return.
Enders back under center for the Gladiators with the full house set. 2 tight ends as well. Couple guys jumped for the Crusaders on the defensive line as the handoff goes to Bigger, and he gets about 1 yard on 1st and 10.
I'm surprised they actually didn't get a flag on that opening jump. It looked as though one of the defensive linemen was in the neutral zone, but they allowed it to stay there.
Strength of the Crusader defense is their front 7, so the Gladiators will have a good test this afternoon trying to run inside the tackle box. It's 2nd and 9 from midfield. And it looks like an early timeout was taken by the St. Francis Gladiators as they're trying to get things squared away on their opening possession of the game. And as they do, we're going to tell you about Redmond Automotive, just about 2 blocks from here at Thurlby. Gladiator fans and families, we know that sometimes your teen drivers get in an occasional fender bender or put out the clutch when trying to learn how to drive a manual transmission. And when those occasions occur, because trust me, they will, trust the pros at Redmond Automotive to get your ride back on the road as quickly as possible. A full service and family owned and operated for over 35 years. That is Redmond Automotive. We'll see if this Gladiator offense can get things in gear here, Christian, on their opening possession of the game. What are you looking for?
I'm looking to see how well Enders is going to look in his opening drive back in action. Like you said in the pregame show, we haven't seen him since week 2 in Lawton, and it's evident he has the cast on the right arm. However, he doesn't need to throw with the right arm. I'm curious to see how they're going to operate with him back under quarterback.
Gladiators come out in a shotgun formation. Cam Sellers, the motion man. He'll take the handoff. He's got a convoy around the right side of the offensive line, picks his way for a first down into Crusader territory. Nice gain of 21 yards from 2nd and 9 at midfield. Cam Sellers takes it all the way down to the 34-yard line of the Crusaders.
Yeah, I mean, you get the man in motion, and he was coming around. He already had some speed going along with him. However, just able to follow his blocks, and like you said, he had a convoy that he was behind. Enders under center this time.
With a full house set. He's going to hand to Harrison Shepard. Shepard kind of squeezes his way down inside the 30, brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of about 6.5 yards on 1st and 10.
Something that I'm sure Harrison Shepard is going to be excited for is taking snaps from the running back position. When Enders is out for the majority of the season, Shepard was the one helming the offense at quarterback, so I'm sure he's excited to be back at running back.
2nd and 3. Enders drops back to pass, thrown into the flat to Shepard. Got a completion. Shepard down at the 19. Ball came out, but after Shepard completed the process of the catch and was forced down to the ground. So Gladiators, with their first pass of the game, complete it to Harrison Shepard for a first down.
Yeah, and that was just a quick, easy one for Enders. See how the arm is going to look in game. Looked pretty good to me.
Under center from the 18, handing to Harrison Shepard, working around the right side, and he's brought down after a short gain. Tackle made by the weak side strong side linebacker for the Crusaders. That's number 22, Brian Convertini, coming up from his Sam linebacker spot to make the tackle.
One of the things that I'm also curious to see is, are we going to see a similar offense that we saw in Week 1 in Charlevoix when they were just running the ball and pounding it away, and they were able to put 42 up in that game.
Here's a shotgun handoff to Harrison Shepard. He's brought down at the 15-yard line, so a gain of 2 yards on 2nd and 8.
Good blocking up front from St. Francis. Once again, I think we're going to see Harrison Shepard excited to be back just in a running back role.
Yeah, I mean, he's really been filling in the void under center for the last 5 weeks. It's 3rd and 6 now from the Crusader 15. It's a double fake. Taking the handoff is Cam Sellers. Cam Sellers all the way in for a Gladiator touchdown. Excellent job by the left side of the Gladiator offensive line, opening that hole up. A 15-yard touchdown run for Cam Sellers, and the Gladiators on the board first.
One of the things I wanted to mention was that pass was good enough to spread the defense and push the defense downfield. When you have the threat of a pass, it doesn't allow the defense to play as much up on the line as they would like to stop the run. And that's what St. Francis wants to do, is run. But when you have that threat of a pass, you can run more effectively.
Sam Wildfong on to attempt the point after Harrison Shepard puts the snap down. Wildfong tees it up and puts it through. So Gladiators on their opening possession take it 51 yards to the house for a touchdown capped off by a 15-yard Cam Sellers run. We're going to go ahead and show you that replay of that Cam Sellers touchdown run. Boom, got a nice kick-out block by Eli Bigger on the outside. Cam Sellers did the rest. That's a replay of the day, sponsored by Culver Meadows this afternoon. We're going to step aside here. Gladiator football on Next Level Broadcasting. Glad's up 7-0 here early over the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back. Gladiators on top 7-0 over the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders after a 15-yard touchdown run by Cam Sellers. That opening drive looked good for the Gladiators. Teeing it up will be Sam Wildfong. Back deep to receive for the Crusaders is Brian Convertini. 8 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. It's a low squib kick, fielded by Convertini at his own 16-yard line. Runs it out to they'll give him forward progress at the 30, so a gain of 12 yards on the return. Christian, what'd you like about that opening Gladiator drive?
I mean, it kind of answers some of our questions of what we're going to see from Enders. And Harrison Shepard, I'm sure, like I said, confident back in the running back role. We didn't see a whole lot of, I guess, trickery. They just kept it simple, something that you said, but it was for something else during our commercial break. And St. Francis able to just do that, a couple of short plays with good blocking out front, and able to score 7 points off of it.
Convertini under center for the Crusaders, sending a man in motion. They're going to toss this one to the left. Outside working is Szymanski, and he gets a gain of no yards on 1st and 10.
Yeah, it was good, I guess, collapse on the man for St. Francis as they were able to rally to him and get to him for the loss of yards, I should say.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 30 for the Crusaders. They send one receiver to each side of the screen. Single back set now. Sending a man in orbit motion. It's a quick little fullback, quick hitter. Well, it was a running back, single back up the middle, but the Gladiators stopped that. First Gladiator in there was Warren Asher to limit the progress. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Crusaders on their opening possession of the game. Gladiators shuffling in some different personnel on 3rd and long. Crusaders looking to do something here as they go empty formation. Convertini by himself trips to the top of the screen. They're going to fake the give. Convertini is going to keep it moving up the middle. He's got about a gain of 3 yards. There's a penalty marker down, however. It's going to be declined. It was against Muskegon Catholic. And the Gladiators will decline that penalty, and it will set up a 4th and about 7.
The sun is veering through these clouds here for a little bit. This is a great day of football here in northern Michigan. Late into October. Well, I shouldn't say late into October, but getting deeper into October as the Crusaders are setting up for fourth down.
Convertini dropping back into punt formation. Back deep is Harrison Shepard. It's a spiraling kick fielded at the 29 by Shepard. He's turning it out to his left, makes makes one man miss and is out to the 43-yard line, eventually brought down at the 43 there by Henry Rosema. And then the Gladiators will set up shop for their second opportunity to possess the ball here this afternoon.
I'm expecting more of the same on this drive, just going back and pounding it down the throats of the Crusaders. That's what we saw in week 1 against Charlevoix, where they just kept pounding and pounding and pounding and wearing down the defense. I'm going to assume that's what we're going to see, back to the roots.
And then using their ability to set up the play pass with Enders being able to roll him out, get those athletes in space as they send doubles, 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Hand off to Harrison Shepard. He makes a cut back across midfield, dragging defenders, and he's down at the Crusader 43-yard line for a pickup of a nice gain on 1st and 10.
Shepard looks energized this evening, doesn't he?
Yeah.
As he gets the hand off there and takes it for a good chunk of yards, but he seems energized to not be under center and taking snaps nowadays.
Yeah, picked up about 17 yards on 1st and 10. Gladiators dropping back to pass. Enders throwing it up on and that's going to be intercepted by Convertini. He was looking deep for the intended target, Mason Daziak, and kind of, I don't know if he was expecting Daziak to keep running that sail route a little bit deeper, but nice play made by Convertini to get the turnover on downs for the Crusaders.
It really was. It doesn't really get that much easier for Convertini there, as Enders just kind of threw up a butterfly to him. It just floated in the air for a long time, and you have to think, you really can't put as much momentum as you want to when your right arm's in a cast.
Want to make a correction. I believe in the pregame show I said Enders was a left-handed quarterback. This time I'm stand corrected. Throwing with his right hand, and this time the Crusaders hand off. Short gain on the play. It was Vince Szymanski, and he picks up a marginal gain on 1st and 10. Tackle was made by Warren Asher and Brian Rylson by the Gladiators.
It makes you feel better, Charles. I followed you on him being left-handed.
Okay.
We're in the same hole together, bud.
That's right. I like having you in my foxhole. Good guy that's got my back.
Wouldn't want to be anyone else.
This time the Crusaders go empty formation with trips to the bottom of the screen. Have a man in motion. Quarterback Convertini's keeping it on the design quarterback keeper, and a big play made by Mason Daziak.
Absolutely big play. It looked as though they were trying to kind of set up a quarterback power run to the right of the line, but Daziak able to snuff that one out, get right in there at the line of scrimmage, not really force a loss of yards. It might have been a loss of 1, but able to just get in there, snuff the play, and bring him down by himself.
So another 3rd and long for the Crusaders. See what they opt to go for here as they have a shotgun set. Convertini dropping back, throwing up the sideline. He's got a man. He's got a completion at the 50-yard line. It's a big play out to Bodie. Bodie Zygmatowski. We had to do a little spelling and grammatical check there to make sure we got that to get the credit, but Bodie making a big play.
I mean, he was wide open along on the 9 route there, or a go route, depending on where you're at, what offense you've been around. We called it a go route in my day. But able to just beat his man and get deep. It looked as though it could have been a zone coverage and just a good throw and catch.
So the Crusaders create a convert on 3rd and long. It was Eli Bigger who got in the backfield initially for the initial hit, and then Warren Asher initially finished off Szymanski as the Crusaders pick up about 2 yards on 1st and 10.
Defensive St. Francis looking good up front. As long as you can keep these runs in check, the only thing you'll have to worry about is the deep throws, as made evident 2 plays ago. However, the run stopping ability from the Gladiators is looking good this evening.
Crusaders come out with a shotgun set on 2nd and 9. Convertini's going to keep it all the way. Dasiak doing a good job of setting the edge, and he makes a nice play. 2nd of this series.
Man,
wow.
Dasiak just snuffing out these quarterback runs. Like you mentioned, that was the second one on this drive alone where he's just been the lone man kind of getting to the quarterback, getting to the runner, and slowing him down either just enough or bringing him down by himself. Good effort by Mason Dasiak.
All the
And
way. There's the replay right there. Dasiak doing a good job of setting the edge, keeping containment, and then making the tackle with that outside hand. It's 3rd and 10 once again for the Crusaders. Shotgun for Convertini. He's going to do a little pop pass, and being brought down after a 3-yard gain was Szymanski. So 4th down coming up now for the Crusaders.
It's a good execution. It's not something I would have liked to have seen on 3rd and long. Good execution, however, just unable to really get the rest of the yards after getting some good blocking up front.
4th and 10 now for the Crusaders. 1 minute, 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter here from Thurlby Field. They come out with a full house backfield under center.
St. Francis showing pressure.
I would imagine this is a hard count all the way. And with the hard count, the Crusaders looks like they have gotten a free 5 yards from the Gladiators.
Oh. Coach Sellers is going to be angry at that one. Not something you want to see on 4th and 8, giving him a free 5 yards and letting him get that playbook open.
So it'll be a 4th and 3 now.
According to the scoreboard, Charles, it says 1st and 10. I don't think that's right.
It's not. It's the 4th and 3. Convertini in the shotgun. He's going to keep it. He's looking to make something happen. Scrambling, being chased by Gladiators, and it's Eli Bigger. And guess who? Mason Dasiak that meet and bring down Convertini, and it's a turnover on downs for the Crusaders. Gladiators taking over at their own 45-yard line. Big defensive stop. Let's show it again here. Brought to you by the Culver Meadows replay today. Here it is. Here, watch this play by Mason Dasiak here. Set this edge. Boom. Pushes it outside, and then watch number 7 pursue and make the tackle along with the help from Eli Bigger. So good job by the Gladiators there.
That drive was a defensive showcase by Mason Dasiak.
Gladiators turn and hand it off to Harrison Shepard. He makes his way to the 48-yard line for a gain of 4 yards on 1st and 10.
I mean, Harrison Shepard is running because Mason Dasiak was just annihilating on that defense. That there wasn't a whole lot that the Crusaders can do about Dasiak on the end there.
Mason doing a great job of setting the edge so far this afternoon defensively. There's a little misdirection, and Harrison Shepard wrapped up immediately in the backfield. Nice play made by Easton Cook.
Yeah, not a whole lot of wiggle room once he got the handoff. It was just too long of a development play in the backfield there, as the Crusaders were able to get back there, not be fooled by the misdirection, and just able to hit Harrison Shepard right away.
.15 seconds now remaining in the quarter as Endes goes under center. Cam Sellers in motion. Throwing it out to the flat to Cam Sellers, and he's got a completion and a first down for the Gladiators, pushed out right at the 45-yard line. So a nice pitch and catch of 9 yards. Moves the chains for the Gladiators.
Now, it's nothing against Harrison Shepard and his throwing ability, but I'm sure the offense is a little relieved to see Enders back in there at quarterback as he's able to just make some accurate throws that are on the line.
So after one quarter of play, Gladiators on top of the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders 7-0. We're going to step aside. When we come back, Gladiators continue this drive here in the second quarter on Next Level Broadcasting.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
And here we are. Welcome back in. Gladiators with their 1st and 10 play here. Jet motion to Olivier. He's got about a gain of 3 yards and a flag thrown late. That's more than likely going to be a block in the back. Looked like the guilty party could be Isaac Kerr as the flag was thrown right in the area of blocking the back or holding. We're going to take this moment to bring in our sideline reporter, Shane Smith, who's been working the sidelines for us this afternoon. Shane, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Charles. It's a beautiful day down here on the sideline. I tell you what, the crowd is electrified with this game right now. 7-0 between St. Francis and Muskegon. They've been hanging right in so far. They had that interception here a few moments ago by Brian Convertini, and then, of course, Cam Sellers with that great 15-yard touchdown run here about 6 minutes ago, and then he just had a 10-yard completion as well with Mason Daziak and Eli Bigger working for that extra tackle for a loss here to turn over the ball and get it back into the hands of the Gladiators. So great game so far, Charles and Christian.
We're going to check back with you later. Maybe you can get a slice of pizza. Those pizza slices are looking pretty good this afternoon. Shane, thanks. Gladiators hand to Cam Sellers, and he's met right away by a host of Crusaders for a loss on the play.
Shane, bring me up a pizza, too, when you're coming up. Thank you, bud.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
Good penetration by the Crusaders' defensive line as they were able to get in the backfield on Cam Sellers. Cam Sellers not really having any wiggle room, and that's been kind of a theme for the running game so far where they've just been unable to do anything once they get the handoff. Really jumped. Enders looking to throw. Overthrows his man. Intended target was Harrison Shepard. As Enders looks like he's still kind of got the jitters out there, haven't played in about 2 months.
Well, you mean you got to be excited for him, and he's probably excited as well. I mean, that cast looks like it's about a half inch in width outside of his arm, so it might be limiting his throwing ability. But just to see him back out there, it's exciting and encouraging as well. He's in the shotgun this time, sending Cam Sellers in motion. He's going to hand it off. Sellers with 2 lead blockers, and Shepard and Bigger picking his way. Cam Sellers out into Crusader territory, out to near the initial line of scrimmage, and the Gladiators will have about a 4th and 11 here. I imagine we'll see a punt formation here trying to pin the Crusaders back deep.
Yeah, that penalty really killed them, didn't it? Because they were marching down the field. They had a good drive going, and a penalty, which are usually drive killers, drove them back and just unable to do anything once they got pushed back far enough.
And they're lining up in a shotgun formation here. I'd imagine we see Shepard drop back and punt this one away. And he does just that as the Crusaders didn't have anyone back deep. Opportunity for the Gladiators. Running down there is Cam Sellers. He slides, dives. Did he drag it? He did. It's down. Oh, no. So they're going to say that Cam Sellers possessed the ball while he was in the end zone. So it'll be a touchback.
Oh, that's killer because he had the coverage. He was down there.
Hang on. Let's get this correct. Cam Sellers stopped the progress of the ball before the ball got to the end zone. His legs and his feet kind of carried with his momentum into the end zone, and the correct call was made on the field since the ball was not in the end zone. The ball has to be in the end zone for it to be a touchback. So Cam Sellers doing a great job on that punt coverage to get down there, down that punt inside the 1 yard line. So the Crusaders certainly with their work cut out for them here.
Yeah, it was a good coverage downfield, as now they're going to be fighting for
And
some yards.
Convertini runs the quarterback sneak, brought down immediately by Eli Bigger. And just actually Warren Asher on the stop to get some breathing room for the Crusaders, just enough. And they'll have it 2nd and 9 now from inside their own 3 yard line.
This is dangerous territory for the Crusaders because that front seven for the Gladiators is ferocious.
It certainly is, and it's glad to see this Gladiator team working at near full strength right now. That defense is looking pretty good as the Crusaders hand off the right side of the offensive line. Working hard just to get out of the end zone was Szymanski, and he actually was brought down for a loss on the play. So we'll have a 3rd and 10 from the 2 yard line. Mason Dasiak on the tackle and just playing an excellent game so far as number 7 in blue.
That's got to be his 4th tackle right now.
And I think 3rd tackle for loss, Christian.
Yeah, and 4th total, maybe 5, and we're just starting the second quarter.
Big 3rd and 10 now from deep within their own territory as Convertini is under center with a couple backs behind him. He hands off around the right side of that offensive line, and Szymanski got about 2 yards, maybe enough room for the Crusaders to have enough space to set up that punt unit.
I mean, if you're the Crusaders, you're put in a tough position from the get-go on your own 1 yard line against this front seven, which is flying all over the place with Mason Dasiak leading the charge. It was a tough drive. Just it wasn't going to be enough for them to get out of there.
Punt formation back deep for the Glads is Shepard and Sellers. It's a high spiraling kick fielded at the 45 by Harrison Shepard. He fakes it to Sellers, cuts back up at the 40. Shepard down to the Crusader 22-yard line. He's got a return of 23 yards, and the Gladiators setting up shop deep within Crusader territory.
Shepard looks, and I mentioned this earlier, completely different when he doesn't have to be under center and in a shotgun.
And we got a replay here as Shepard fielded that one at the 45, faked the handoff to Sellers, cut it back, and then got as much yardage as he could to get it down near the 20-yard line, which is where Enders and the rest of the Gladiator offense will take over here. Shotgun 2 back handoff to Cam Sellers, cuts it back at the 10. Sellers down inside the 5, tackled at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for the Glads.
He's looking for that second touchdown. I'm not sure if he was going to be able to get it there. He just had to fight through too many Crusader bodies. But with the athletes that St. Francis have as they go hurry up here, they're looking to score. Well, I mean, of course they are.
And a handoff right up the middle.
That's
and
Bigger.
Touchdown, Eli Bigger. And St. Francis punches it in from 3 yards out. It only took them 2 plays to get that 23-yard touchdown drive on the board.
Eli Baker just lowered the shoulder and ran his man over as he marched in for 6. That's physics right there.
It is physics. That was a good physics. I mean, you like when physics are on your side, you like that opportunity and advantage that you create. Sam Wildfong on to attempt the point after. Shepard once again the holder. Snap is good. Kick is up. Kick is good as well. Sam Wildfong puts it through. And just like that, Gladiators on top, 14-0 over Muskegon Catholic. We're going to step aside here and be back right after these messages. This is Gladiator football on Next Level Broadcasting. Okay, welcome back in, Gladiators. Getting ready to send this one away. We're going to bring in our friend Shane Smith from the sideline. Shane, what'd you see on that last touchdown drive for the Gladiators?
Well, I saw just pure determination by Eli Bigger to march that one in for 2 yards, and a great job by the rest of the offensive line there in order to get that extra 6 points. And then, of course, Wildfong 2 for 2 on the extra point so far by a mile.
That's right. Thank you, Shane, for bringing that update. The Culver Meadows sponsor of today's sideline camera and sideline reporter, as this one is brought out to the 34-yard line by the Crusaders. That was Henry Rosema, as they will set up shop with 7 minutes, 24 seconds left to go here in the second period of play from Thurlby Field.
Crusaders need to have a spark on offense here to make this a game, because they haven't had a whole lot of movement other than the big play down the sidelines to Zygmuntowski, as that's really been their lone bright spot on offense that they've had so far.
And they will set up shop once again here at the 33-yard line. Shotgun formation. Dropping back to pass, looking. Putting one up for grabs deep downfield. Coming back to make a nice catch was Bradley Richards, and he's got a first down for the Crusaders. Looked like for a second there, Convertini didn't really have anything to do with that. Put up one in the air, and Richards doing a good job of coming back to the football.
Man, that was an anomaly of a play, as Convertini had what looked like all day to throw, and then the pressure was starting to finally get to him. Threw up a prayer, and just a good effort down the field as he was able to just find a man that ended up coming back for the ball, setting up a first down.
So Crusaders inside Gladiator territory for, I believe, the second time. Convertini rolling out to his left, trying to make something happen. Throws across his body, incomplete at the 30. Intended target was Bodie Zygmuntowski.
That's a dangerous throw. You got to be right on the money with that throw, especially when you have two Gladiators right behind Bodie, just unable to connect there.
It's really hard as a quarterback to roll to your left, flip your hips, and then throw back across your body, Christian. That's what Convertini was attempting to do there, and oftentimes it leads to an errant pass.
That's a throw that even the guys on Sunday find tough to make.
So Convertini and the Crusaders will set up shop now at the 43-yard line of the Gladiators. This time they send three receivers to the bottom of the screen. Motioning a man out of the backfield. Convertini dropping back to pass, airing it out up the sideline, deep downfield. The pass was caught on the sideline by Henry Rosema, but out of bounds. Nice coverage by Harrison Shepard to force him out of bounds.
Convertini, he threw that out of, to the sideline, but I think he had an open man down the seam in Bradley Richards. It looked as though if he was able to kind of throw it out in front of him, he was going to have a first down and maybe a 6 there. Just, I think, threw it to the wrong man. He was relying on that deep sideline pass. That's my expert analysis on that one.
Yeah. So 3rd and long now for the Crusaders. 6:41 remaining in the second period of play here from Thurlby Field. Shotgun for Convertini. He's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself. Got some room on the left side, and he's eventually dragged down by Ben DeCarolis and Jack Gruber. He's got about a 8-yard gain on 3rd and long.
Good option play right up the middle, just looking to see where the hole is going to be, and if that hole up the middle is open, then you keep it. Run right up and get a good chunk of yards there. It's going to make it 4th and 2 here. And one of the things I like about this field is they actually have a play clock here. Kind of puts into perspective what
right
when you're supposed to actually snap the ball.
Convertini flanked to his right by Rosema. Convertini keeping it all the way. And guess who? Mason Daziak.
Fired up, Mason Daziak.
His 4th tackle for loss. That was a design quarterback keeper, so whether they give him a TFL or a sack on that, nonetheless, Daziak doing a great job. If I'm Muskegon, I'm not running to the right side or whatever side Daziak is on.
Mason Daziak is playing like it's his last game here on Thurlby.
And there's the replay right there. He did a great job of setting that edge, completely annihilating that 4th and 3 play. for Convertini and the Crusaders. So Gladiators take over at their own 38, dropping back to pass. Looking over the middle is Enders. He's just going to throw this one away in the flat. Wanted to get rid of that one as the intended target was Isaac Kerr, we'll say. He was the nearest Gladiator to where that one landed.
I actually thought I saw the referee signal for Harrison Shepard. I was looking at it thinking that it could be an intentional grounding because Harrison Shepard was maybe 10 yards away.
Yeah, Shepard was out in the flat. Kerr was running that corner route about 15 yards down the field. It's 2nd and 10 now for the Gladiators. In the full house set, they're going to turn and hand off to Harrison Shepard. He's got a man out in front. That's Warren Asher leading the way. And Shepard has a first down for the Gladiators out to the Muskegon Catholic 48-yard line. A good pickup of 12 yards on 2nd and 10.
That cast on Enders just, it looks like it goes from his elbow to his wrist. That's a sizable cast. I could see where that it's going to make it tough for you to throw, especially where if you like to curl that ball in your hand. It's going to be rubbing up on that cast as he goes to throw.
This time the Gladiators send Harrison Shepard in motion. Enders booting out right, throwing back to his left. Completion to Cam Sellers. He shakes a tackle. He's still on his feet. He's down at the 27. And a big play for the Gladiators. A completion to Cam Sellers and a gain of 20 yards.
Sellers slow to get up.
Yeah, it looked like that last effort, but he's making his way off to the sidelines there as we show you the replay there. As Sellers did a good job of breaking one tackle.
He's still on his
feet. Had a convoy out in front, got all the way down to the 27-yard line. As a timeout's taken, we're going to keep it right here and thank some of our friends who want to give you and let you know about Team Elmers. Established in 1956, and ever since, Team Elmers has been committed to building better communities. And they're bringing you the Team Elmers hardest working player of the game. Team Elmers building better communities. And we also want to tell you about Cherry Capital TVC Airport. Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to northern Michigan, and now is the time to fly TVC. Flying TVC will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. When booking your next trip, go with Traverse City Cherry Capital. Visit tvcairport.com for more information. So, with 5 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the first half, Gladiators on top 14-0 over the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. And we've got a sideline report here from our friend Shane Smith. We're checking in with Shane. And Shane, what do you have for us down there on the sideline for us? Shane, take it away.
Well, Charles, I tell you what, we're glad to see Cam Sellers get back up after that nearly 30-yard run, evading I don't know how many different defenders there by Muskegon. Muskegon seems to be slowing down a little bit, not able to stop Traverse City's run or passing game at the moment. They're not able to march the ball as efficiently down the field as they were either. So it'll be interesting to see how they close out the second half.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate that. Doing great things down there on the sideline as Enders is in a shotgun two-back formation, handing off to Harrison Shepard around the right side of the offensive line. Shepard with about a gain of 1 yard on 1st and 10.
I'm sure Enders would love to hold on to that ball and run, but I'm sure he's been advised all week to just hand it off.
Yeah.
Especially when you have that giant cast on your right arm.
So it's now 2nd and about a long 8. Gun two-back formation again for the Gladiators. Hand off to Harrison Shepard, working off of left guard. He's got about a 2-yard gain once again, bringing up a 3rd and 6 for the Gladiators at the Crusader 24-yard line.
Gladiator offensive line unable to get enough push there, but just get some positive yards here, making it 3rd and 5. As I'm sure Shepard is excited to just not be a quarterback.
Eli Bigger motions in, and he leads the way for Cam Sellers. Actually, Braxton Lisinski on the carry, and it's going to be a 3rd or 4th and about 4 for the Gladiators now with 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining.
As Shane said, Cam Sellers is good, and he's on the sideline standing and just talking. Is just maybe shaken up after that big play.
Here's the 4th and 4. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a hard count here, Christian.
It worked against them earlier.
And they snap it. It's the handoff to Lisinski off the left side. Man, good job of the left side of the offensive line. Warren Asher, Joe Detloff working in tandem to spring Lisinski on that play and picking up a first down. It's 1st and goal from the 10-yard line, Gladiators.
You don't need a hard count on 4th and 4 when you can run it for 12 yards with Lisinski.
I apologize. It was Ben Stallman and Warren Asher working on the left side of that offensive line. They're going to hand to Harrison Shepard. Off right tackle. Shepard with a nose for the end zone, and he is in for the 10-yard touchdown run. Gladiators go up 20-0. Touchdown Harrison Shepard and touchdown Gladiators.
Harrison Shepard is one of those pure athletes for the Gladiators, and they have a bunch of them over there between Sellers, Olivier, and Shepard. And we haven't even gotten to Daciak on that list.
You want to talk about pitching a defensive shutout? The Gladiator defense has been up to the task this afternoon. Mason Daciak really balling out here on senior day. Shepard to hold, high snap. Wildfong gets it up and gets it in. Here's that touchdown run by Harrison Shepard from 10 yards out that put the Gladiators up 20-0. Warren Asher working just the precursor before Wildfong. They're going to hand to Harrison Shepard. Off right tackle. Shepard with a nose for the end zone, and he is Harrison Shepard in for the touchdown, and glad to see him. He looks happy to be back in that running back position, doesn't he, Christian?
This is what St. Francis, I'm sure, has been expecting their offense to look like all year. It just hasn't happened once Enders went down. And, they're going to be rolling into next week's playoff game.
And if the score were to end at this right now, it would be a rematch between the Gladiators and the Charlevoix Raiders from Charlevoix, which is where the scene of this year's season started. And man, would that be a fun one, as that game ended in a 41-40 shootout, which the Gladiators won. So the Gladiators got to have a lot of confidence if the score holds here to be able to take that 1-hour bus ride up to Charlevoix and take on the Raiders and feel confident about their chances.
And it's almost like you can't write it. Your season started in Charlevoix, and now you're trying to make it extended in Charlevoix. Unfortunately, one of those two teams might have, they're going to have to go home.
Wildfong kicks this one away. Convertini fields it at his own 12-yard line. He's dancing and is brought down at the 15-yard line by Cam Sellers. So good to see Sellers back out there on kickoff coverage. We're going to check in with our friend Shane Smith, who's working our sidelines for us this afternoon. Shane, we see you working the notepad, and what stats do you have for us down there?
Tell you what, thanks, Charles. Convertini there, he's been kind of the Swiss Army knife for the Crusaders at the moment. He had that interception earlier in the game. An 8-yard quarterback keeper trying to extend their play here a little bit ago on their previous drive, but came up 2 yards short for that first down on the 4th down conversion. And here he was not able to get very far. He fielded the ball at the 12-yard line and was kept right there. So St. Francis all over him.
Yep. Shane, we're gonna come back to you here in a little bit after this play on 1st and 10 here. Convertini is going to motion one man in, and a timeout's taken by the Crusaders. Shane, we'll bring you back in now. We've got a quick question for you. You were down there on the sideline. What kind of vibe are you seeing and sensing from that Gladiator sideline and bench here, standing right behind them?
Well, right now, I tell you what, everybody's just as happy as can be. I mean, you can't have much better of an outcome right now than 21-0 before the half. There's still almost 3 minutes of gameplay, so everyone's just kind of happy and content to be here. It's a beautiful day, right about 50 degrees. Sun comes in and out. Everyone's happy to be here at senior afternoon, after all, I should say. So everyone's enjoying it here in the stands.
Well, Shane, I'll tell you, a senior who's having an afternoon is Mason Daziak. 4 tackles for loss, a couple of key 4th down stops as well, and Mason Daziak has been leading the way defensively for the Gladiators. And while we have a chance, we're going to tell you about Culver Meadows. Listen, located off of Silver Lake Road is Culver Meadows, Grand Traverse premier senior living center specializing in Alzheimer's and dementia care. Their friendly and experienced staff can truly be an extension of yours and will offer you peace of mind that your loved ones are treated with friendliness, care, and expertise. For more information, visit or call 231-633-9430. Convertini in the shotgun, dropping back to pass, looking in the flats, got a completion, caught at the 25-yard line and tackled immediately by Charlie Olivier. Pass was completed, and it was Vince Szymanski who had the 6-yard completion on 1st and 10. First time we've called Charlie Olivier's name here. He's kind of back into that defensive specialist that we've seen him working on their strong side linebacker position, and he did a good job in the flats there covering Szymanski.
Well, with Enders back, we're not going to see as much Olivier on offense because they're going back to Shepard.
Yeah.
And Olivier just taking on that defensive role again.
Convertini in the shotgun, throwing a little slant route. Intended target was Croy Clint, and it's incomplete, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 6 now for the Crusaders. 2 minutes to go here. So the Gladiators with an opportunity to get off the field here on 3rd down and potentially get the ball back to keep things going here. They find themselves up 21-0 over the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. Want to remind everyone that coming up at halftime, we'll have the Cherry Capital Airport halftime show and some video cameos of that Gladiator marching band. So stick with us during the halftime show presented by Cherry Capital Airport. Convertini in the shotgun, throwing it out to the flat. It's a high pass, eventually brought down by Szymanski on the ricochet. Lucky that one wasn't intercepted by the nearest Gladiator, and it'll bring up a 4th and long for the Crusaders.
I think Jack Gruber was there for the Gladiators to kind of break up the pass, getting right in there. And, yeah, I know you're lucky that wasn't intercepted because that ball bobbled in the air once it was touched.
And while a timeout was taken, we're going to take a timeout and tell you about Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living. With more than 18 years of construction and deck building experience, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living will customize and design your deck and outdoor living space to fit your taste and lifestyle. Building a custom deck and outdoor living space starts with the best materials. Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living can help select the products that will best meet your specific functional and aesthetic needs. Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living also wants to let everyone know that they're looking to hire employees in the Grand Traverse area and are looking for outstanding employees. Experience is not necessary. Renew It will train you, featuring great benefits like a competitive industry wage of 5 weeks paid time off, profit sharing, 401k matching program, health insurance options, advancement opportunities, and full-time year-round work. Give them a call. Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living at 231-881-6282. 4th and 11 for the Crusaders. Convertini sending this one away. Fielded by Harrison Shepard at his own 48. Hands off to Cam Sellers. Sellers working on the far side of the field. Makes one cut. He turns on the Jets and is down at the 30-yard line. Eventually brought down by Henry Rosema. And a late flag. Well, let's see. No.
Yeah, there was laundry on the field there. As I was unable to see what it was, Charles.
As it currently stands, it is a 22-yard return.
So we await the refs here. They're pointing at the Gladiators and they're pushing them back.
So it was unsportsmanlike conduct, and that'll be enforced back to the 45-yard line. It was after the play was over.
That was very quickly after the play was over, too.
So what that will do is set the Gladiators way back with a 1st down at their own 45. Enders drops back to pass. And, yeah, they got a pass interference there. Cam Sellers was looking to just hook up and run a little curl route there at the 39-yard line, and he got taken out by Quinn McKenna.
Yeah, that was exactly it. It looked as though that it could have been just incidental contact at the feet, but I think Quinn McKenna might have put some extracurricular activities onto Cam Sellers there as he was trying to run to the flat. And that's a crusher because that's a 15-yard penalty here, giving him an automatic first down. I mean, that puts him right back at the 30-yard line where that punt.
Yeah. Back to where the initial line of scrimmage would have been had they not had the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. It's 1st and 10 from the 30. Enders dropping back to pass. Shakes away from one man. Now he's taken off. Evades one man. He's out and slides at the 20-yard line, much to the relief of that St. Francis coaching staff as Enders shakes away, breaks loose for a 9-yard gain on 1st and 10.
You're absolutely right. All of the coaches from Sellers down to Thompson to Lisinski, they're all taking that breath of fresh air because, man, you didn't want to see Enders take another hit.
Full house set handoff with 1 minute remaining here. Going up the middle was Cam Sellers, and he's got a gain of about 6 yards on 2nd and 1, and it'll set up at 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line with under 1 minute remaining as the clock starts.
Both teams with one timeout remaining as the clock ticks under 50. St. Francis punching it in is what.
Here's the handoff to Sellers with 2 lead blockers. Sellers has the edge. Sellers has the touchdown. Cam Sellers in from 15 yards out, and the Gladiators go up 27-0 over Muskegon Catholic. Big time call from the Gladiators. Nice execution and good lead blocking outside by Harrison Shepard and Eli Bigger to set the edge for Cam Sellers on that 15-yard touchdown run.
His second touchdown of the day, and we're only in the first half. Up 27-0. I apologize because we haven't got to 28 yet. However, I mean, this is exactly what they've been looking for all season on this offense.
And Sam Wildfong with the point after attempt is no good. Here's that touchdown run that we're going to show to you. And
St. Francis,
you see there, right side of this offensive line is just going to set a
with 2
great,
lead blockers.
great
Sellers has the edge. Sellers has the touchdown.
And
Cam Sellers in.
with that speed. And that speed translates, people. Let me tell you what, last week, 2 weeks ago against Jackson Lumen Christi, Cam Sellers took that opening kickoff back. Unfortunately, the Gladiators weren't really able to do anything with that great field position. But here this afternoon with the return to health after that bye week last week, Gladiators looking fresh this afternoon against the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders.
Man, they look like they really they must have did some yoga on the bye week, hung out with a shaman for the week or something, because they just look like a completely different team from what we've seen in weeks prior to the bye week.
Well, I'll say, you know, the defense last week or 2 weeks ago playing against Jackson Lumen Christi, that was a very staunch test. And now that they have an opportunity here to really flex their muscles and do their thing now back to near full health, it's great to see them doing that as they're getting ready to send this one away here. Sam Wildfong kicking it off for the Gladiators, and it's going to be fielded by Convertini deep within his own. Actually, he's not going to field it. Let it go all the way in for a touchback. With that, we're got to check in with Shane Smith down on the sideline. Shane, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing from that Gladiator offensive line doing their thing on that most recent possession.
Well, they're doing their thing to the nth degree right now, allowing Cam Sellers to get his second yard run in for touchdown, but that wasn't possible without quarterback Tyler Enders getting that 9-yard run beforehand. And as you guys all said, what a breath of relief when they saw him get out of bounds there coming off of that injury. Muskegon's last possession, only a minute, not able to gain any yardage at all. So hopefully for them, they can make something up here in the next 37 seconds.
All right, thank you, Shane. Convertini is going to have to boot out of there and make something out of nothing, as that was a busted play. He's lucky to get back to his own line of scrimmage, and I would imagine that very well could be the last play of this quarter.
I think you're going to be right, as they're going to just let that clock tick down to 20 seconds and then and let it keep going, as I don't see no urgency from the Crusader offense here.
Want to remind everyone, coming up on the Cherry Capital Airport halftime show, we'll have some cameos of the Gladiator Marching Band. Also, you'll be in the booth with us, and we have a special guest coming to join us, and he'll be joining us for halftime and a little bit of the third quarter as well. So after 24 minutes in the books, Gladiators up 27-0 over the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. We're going to step aside here, and when we come back, we'll have the Cherry Capital Airport halftime show right after these messages. This is high school football on Next Level Broadcasting.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
To Culver Meadows, Traverse City's premier family-owned senior living community specializing in dementia care. Here at Culver Meadows, we cultivate the perfect environment for your loved ones by combining our setting, scenery, and social interaction of our residents. We pride ourselves at being an extension of your own family here at Culver Meadows. Call 231-633-9430.
Lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
With more than 18 years of construction and deck building experience, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living wants you to know that they can customize and turn your deck and outdoor living space into something right out of your dreams. But wait, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living is now hiring employees in the Grand Traverse area, featuring a competitive industry wage, 5 weeks of paid time off, profit sharing, a 401k match program, health insurance options, advancement opportunities, and full-time year-round work. For job inquiries, call 1-231-881-6282.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. I'm Charles Strail, joined by special guest Don Watala here in the broadcast booth. Don, thanks for being a part of us this afternoon. First of all, glad to have you. How have you been doing?
Well, I tell you, it's been a little different for me this year because for 56 years I did St. Francis football,
right,
beginning back in 1966, and then we did basketball for about 40 years.
Okay.
And then I retired from my job and went to Florida. So
right.
they dropped back. Not very many stations are doing this anymore.
Sure.
And at one time we had 6 stations. We were in a league that involved Cadillac and Manistee and teams south of us, and all bigger schools. And St. Francis used to win the tournament or the playoff every year, and that was a good. But we had on that thing, Charles, we had 5 radio stations.
Sure.
So we would put phone lines. We were doing all phone lines in those back in those years, and we'd all put in phone lines, and we'd let the other guy come in and use our phone line. So you cut out about $160 every year. And, we didn't make a lot of money in those days, but it did keep the station alive during the winter because it was very special to be able to do basketball.
And had a lot of fun doing it,
Had a lot of fun doing it. And, of course, everybody knows Larry Sellers. Larry Sellers, the former coach here for 25 years, broadcast basketball with me for, I think, about 25 years. After the football season was over, bam, we were doing basketball.
You had about a 2 to 3 week break.
Well, sometimes we pick up girls basketball.
Right.
So
and that was before girls basketball was played at the same time as boys basketball.
There you go. That's right. And this is this press box here is something just you don't find in high school anymore.
No.
Some of the small colleges that we went to, Alma, and some of these smaller colleges weren't as nice as this.
Yeah.
And when I started doing football back in 1966, this was a wood press box, probably about half the size maybe. And it had a spiral stair. You walked up this spiral stair to get to the top. And then they built this. Didn't have an elevator for about 5 years, but Jim Uli, who coached at Traverse City Central for years, that's called the Jim Uli elevator, by the way.
Right.
Jim would not come to the press box until they got the elevator. So if the Glads weren't playing, Jim always come, and he had a seat right here behind us, in front of us actually, and would be our guest at halftime, Jim Uli.
Yeah. Well,
great name.
The Jim Uli elevator.
Yeah, that's the Jim Uli elevator. So
you got to be a special person to have an elevator named after you.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit about what we've seen so far in the gridiron so far this afternoon. Gladiators on top, 27-0.
Mm-hmm.
Got to like what you've seen just in terms of owning the line of scrimmage.
Okay. Charles, I didn't expect the team. I said when we started the season they didn't have a game 8. That was an off day because there were teams that didn't want to play Traverse City. There were some teams that were available but didn't want to play the Glads because of the past.
Right.
But when the Gladiators graduated 20-plus players, about 25 players last year, seniors, that just demolished this team. And I said 4-4.
Okay.
Well, that's what
they're looking like.
That's what they're looking at, 4-4. And that means they'll get into the playoffs next week. And I think all those years that I broadcast football here, I think we missed when they started the playoffs. I can't remember what year it was, but when they started the playoffs, I think we only missed 1 year.
Okay.
And it was kind of interesting because I was a Northern Michigan kid. I graduated from Music High School.
Okay.
And played sports down there. We went down to broadcast the game, and we lost. At Music, my old alma mater.
Right.
And anyway, so the Glads didn't get in the playoffs that year. But otherwise, I think they've been in the playoffs every year. State champions, six different times. We've been runner-up 4 or 5 different times, including last year. Played 2 different halves last year. The first half was Gladiators, second half was Jackson Lumen Christie. But anyway, great game down at Ford Field.
Well, we're talking playoffs, and right now as it stands, with the win here this afternoon, Gladiators will 99.9% be going on the road to Charlevoix next week. With the loss, which doesn't look very probable given how the first half and how the Gladiators have played in the first half, they would be going up to Menominee. The district.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, pretty much Wisconsin. The District 1 Division 7 bracket will feature Menominee, Charlevoix, Benzie Central, and the Gladiators. So got to like the opportunity to play relatively closer to the confines of Traverse City, going up to Charlevoix most likely next week.
Well, the bus trip up there just to rent the bus was several $1,000s. I won't say what it was, but I do know. But that was not staying overnight.
Right.
You go up, play the game, come back down, and boy, I tell you that'd be, I don't know how the athletic department would handle that kind of money.
Right, and especially not only that, but the logistics involved as well.
Exactly.
I mean, because in Michigan in October, late October, sometimes early November, weather can also be a factor with that as well. So if you get a snowstorm or something like that, that can greatly impact the travel itinerary and logistics like that.
We were quite lucky over the years when we used to, like I said, we've been to the Uperdome probably 15 times. Years ago, Northwestern Michigan College has an aviation center, so they would let us use a King Air.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it held 10 people, and the station would sponsor that, and we would fly to Marquette in that. And I remember one time we were up there, and an ice storm came in. After we got there, we came back to the airport. The guy says, "You're not going to fly, but I'll tell you, there's somebody there de-icing planes right now."
Okay.
So we asked him about de-icing ours, and it kind of cleared up. And the planes have wings, and they have boots in this rubber, and he presses the button, and the rubber goes back and knocks the ice off.
How about that?
Now, that's not fun.
Well, I mean, that's what you got to do in order to get around in Michigan at that time of year, right? So as you hear in the background, the Traverse City's Gladiator Marching Band has their Taylor Swift medley going on here. We're going to send it down, go full to the Gladiator Marching Band. This has been the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport halftime show here on Next Level Broadcasting. Charles Strela, Don Rotella joining me. We're going to send it down live to the Gladiator Marching Band.
We come.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
To Culver Meadows, Traverse City's premier family-owned senior living community specializing in dementia care. Here at Culver Meadows, we cultivate the perfect environment for your loved ones by combining our setting, scenery, and social interaction of our residents. We pride ourselves at being an extension of your own family here at Culver Meadows. Call 231-633-9430.
Lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
With more than 18 years of construction and deck building experience, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living wants you to know that they can customize and turn your deck and outdoor living space into something right out of your dreams. But wait, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living is now hiring employees in the Grand Traverse area, featuring a competitive industry wage, 5 weeks of paid time off, profit sharing, a 401k match program, health insurance options, advancement opportunities, and full-time year-round work. For job inquiries, call 1-231-881-6282.
Is the junior class, the class of 2025. Congratulations.
Halftime show here, just finishing things up here about 2 minutes before teams come back out onto the field. You see the 2023 Gladiator homecoming court right now on the field. Up in the broadcast booth, however, it's Charles Strail, joined once again by Don Watala and Christian Swinsicki, the rest of the Next Level Broadcasting crew, bringing you this one. Thank you for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon here in October, the 21st of October, and we have some anticipation for the homecoming queen and king crowning. And as you can see there on screen, a lot of excitement. And for the homecoming king, there you go. You have it right down at midfield as they pose for the picture. So let me bring you back in here. Don, have you seen a football player been awarded homecoming king before? I mean,
I never paid much attention to
okay.
that. So
Okay.
They would always give us the names. We'd have them in the press box before the game started, but I had halftime guests and things like that. You know, I was going to give you a little history on this.
Yeah, please do.
This game between Traverse City St. Francis and Muskegon Catholic Central. Catholic Central at one time was in the league that featured, we had Traverse City, we had Benton Harbor, and I think we're 4 teams in there. Muskegon was in that. But anyway, the school was pretty big at that time. Now it's smaller. And Traverse City, St. Francis got involved with Muskegon Catholic for a number of years. But never basketball, but football. We'd go down there one year, and they'd come here one year. And that stopped about 7-8 years ago when they quit doing that. St. Francis kind of dominated in those years. Sometimes Muskegon Catholic was a little bigger when they played against Traverse City Central, and they'd win games against Traverse City Central. That was a good school down there. At one time, the superintendent from Traverse City St. Francis went down and was a superintendent at Muskegon Catholic Central, and I'm trying to think of his name. I asked Ward here, and he said he didn't know who it was. But anyway, that was many years ago. We go down there and kind of renew our friendship with the superintendent at Muskegon Catholic Central.
Well, very, very interesting point. I appreciate you bringing that up between the two schools, the history between the two of them, how they're kind of connected as we see them teeing off on the football field here in 2023. And, there's a backstory to a lot of different high school matchups and rivalries and matchups that become rivalries as teams continue to progress and play each other as, the teams kind of go through their ebbs and flows in terms of when the school has talent versus the other school and when it's really fun when those rivalry matchups get together when both teams are at the apex of that talent.
One thing, Charles, I'm thinking about, and I'm glad I'm not the athletic director here at St. Francis, but they're out of the league starting next year. And they got to put together a schedule. And as you know, league teams play league teams. So about the middle of the season, who do you find to play? That's
Right.
going to be difficult, I think, to put this schedule together for Aaron Bigger.
Certainly is. Well, this is going to conclude our Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport halftime show here. We're going to step aside here once again when we come back, third quarter action. But before we head out, we are going to send it down to our friend Shane Smith. Shane's got a quick sideline report featuring his take on that Gladiator marching band and if Shane has become a Swiftie after that Taylor Swift medley. Shane, what do you have for us down there?
Well, I can't quite say that that performance would make me a Swiftie, but I will say that Traverse City St. Francis did a phenomenal job there on the field, and we want to congratulate our king and queen there for this year's homecoming. This coming here a few minutes, Muskegon looking to try and make some changes as Traverse City's played lights out defense. They were plagued there with only towards the half, and they quickly were cut out there with no gain on the field. So hopefully for them, they can turn things around. Traverse City just has to keep playing the way they are, and they'll be in good shape for the rest of the game. Charles, back up to you.
Well, thank you, Shane, for being our sideline reporter today, and appreciate your work down there doing as much information searching as you can with those updates. Appreciate you working the sidelines this Saturday afternoon. With that, we're going to step aside here, and when we come back, actually mixed into this commercial break, we're going to have the Gladiator seniors from 2023. We'll be back after these messages.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
All right, want to give a shout-out to Don Rotella for joining us there on that Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. Thank you to him, and thank you to that Gladiator marching band for treating us with that Taylor Swift medley. As Sam Wildfawn getting ready to send this one away. Gladiators up 27-0 as he kicks it away. High end-over-end kick. Fielded at the 20-yard line. Brought out with a nice running lane out to the 36-yard line was Brian Convertini. And now we have an opportunity. Actually, we're going to keep it right here. But next commercial break, we're going to showcase the seniors on this Gladiator 2023 football team.
Sure, the seniors, especially Mason Dasiak, their highlight reel for this season, going to be fantastic. It's going to be an emotional time down there on the sidelines.
So their first possession of the second half, Muskegon Catholic gets things underway with a shotgun formation. Convertini looking to pass over the middle. He's got a man completion in the zone coverage. It's completed to Croy Clint for a nice gain of about 24 yards on 1st and 10. Clint down at the Gladiator 37-yard line. Just ran a nice little seam route, and Convertini was able to find him open in the Gladiator secondary.
Find an open spot in the coverage and a good throw by Convertini. I mean, he's been on the money with his throws for the most part in the first half. You'd just like to see some life come out of the Crusaders in the second half.
Convertini pitches it out to Szymanski, and man, guess who? Number 7 in blue and gold, Mason Dasiak, absolutely destroying the play. I got a new nickname here. Mason Dasiak, destroyer of plays.
It's fitting for what he's been doing this evening already, as he's just been kind of coming in the backfield almost every run play. Charles, you made a mention of maybe they should quit running to the right side, and Crusaders need to stick to that game plan because running to that right side is running into Mason Dasiak.
And they're dropping back to pass. Convertini looking for the slant route to Clint. And that pass was high of the intended target, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 12 now for Muskegon Catholic.
I just mentioned that he's been on the money with his throws. That was a tough throw, tough catch, good coverage by the Gladiators. And overall, the Gladiators defense, I know they're pitching a shutout, but the defense hasn't allowed a whole lot of wiggle room in the run game. But the air, anything through the air, that is how you got to get through to the Gladiators defense.
So it's a 3rd and 12. Convertini now in the shotgun with 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Takes the snap. Pump fakes once. Now he scrambles, throws it back across his body. Ball's up. Pass goes incomplete. Intended target was, once again, Croy Clint.
I think they know, too, that they have to throw the ball. They're trying to find throwing lanes. The Gladiator defense is really potent today. They've been all over the place, and specifically Mason Dasiak. I feel like we haven't called his name enough already. As he's just, like you said, just being a destroyer of plays. That's really all it can be equated down to. He's been single-handedly just taking on the offense by himself, and that offensive line can't get around him.
Doing a good job of setting the edge, letting those linebackers flow freely and make plays. Here's 4th and 12. Convertini looking to make something happen. Throws up a corner route. Got a completion to Croy Clint inside the Gladiator 20-yard line. The Crusaders strike big for a 21-yard gain on 4th and 12. And that's good for a first down, Crusaders.
Every down's important. Of course, they're going to start going for it here on 4th downs in the second half. Down 27, you have to show some life in the offense. And just like we were saying, you got to do it in the air because on the ground it has not been there.
So they got a completion of 21 yards when they needed it most. Actually, was at they were at the 39 down to the 16, so more than 21 yards there on 4th and 12. Convertini booting out, throwing out, far side, knocked away at the very last second. Well played by Tyler Cadlick. Intended target was Croy Clint.
Tyler Cadlick, excellent play. He had his head turned around, playing the ball, and able to just stick a paw out there and pat it away. This defense kind of showing a bend, don't break attitude down here at the goal line. Not really in the goal line, just in the red zone.
Yeah, stingy St. Francis defense this afternoon.
Stingy is not even the word for it.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be running to the right side of their offensive line. That's where Mason Dasiak has been hanging out, destroying plays. And a timeout taken on the field. While we have a timeout, we're going to showcase that Gladiator senior unit this year. So this is the 2023 senior class of the St. Francis Gladiators. That senior class, here we go. As you can see on the screen here, in descending order from numbers, it's Ben Stallman, number 55. Look at that cute baby photo. Gotta love that. And Brady Vollmer as well, number 54. 7 seniors total this year on this Gladiator team. Here's Brian Rylson, big number 52. And, it's great to see as these kids grow up. There's Tommy Richardson, the hard-hitting fullback. Tyler Sheeran. You just got to love to see the way that the glow up, as the kids say. Billy Drema, and then Mason Dasiak, who's been the breaker of plays this afternoon on defense. And we're back live here. Those are your Gladiator seniors this year. Here it's 2nd and 10 from the 16. Convertini looking to make something happen. He's going to take off and run it, keeping it himself. Stiff arms the defender. He's out at about the 6-yard line. He'll pick up a first down.
That was very close. It was a good scramble by him. Pressure was coming in. Good coverage down in the red zone. Fighting for the yards. As I don't see the chains moving yet. I think they're going to mark him just shy of the first down. I agree with you, Charles. From here, it looked as though that he had it. However,
so it's going to be 3rd and 1. Maybe the spot was just he stepped out a little bit earlier than what we thought he did.
I mean, the refs saw it. They're never wrong.
Inside handoff. The give is to Timmy Railing, and Railing was brought down right at the initial line of scrimmage. It was Charlie Olivier, number 8 in blue and gold, who made the stop for the Gladiators. So this is a big 4th down here for the opening drive of the game, or opening drive of the second half for Muskegon Catholic Christian.
As we see Brady Vollmer coming in for Charlie Olivier. Charlie Olivier has been, like you said earlier, kind of quiet. However, he is still an athlete in every sense of the term. He's someone that you have to kind of have circled when he's on the field.
And Convertini is going to take the direct quarterback keeper, brought down immediately by Eli Bigger. It's going to depend on the spot here. Let's go down to our sideline camera to see if there's a better vantage point here for our viewing audience. And it's going to be Gladiator football. Eli Bigger making the big stop on 4th down, keeping Convertini and the Crusaders from picking that one up, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Gladiator football at their own 7.
On a short yardage play, I know that you want to do a quarterback sneak, get the first down, because that's the popular thing to do these days. However, unable to get it, and when you're down 27-0, you kind of want to have something that's going to be a little bit more safe to get you that first down. A little bit more reliable. Enders back under center here.
And they're going to hand off to Cam Sellers on the left side. Sellers brought down by an ankle tackle, but not after a gain of 4 yards. He was brought down on the outside by Will Fedewa.
Tried to utilize that speed to get to the outside, unable to get around the corner. He had a little bit of green turf in front of him, and he had enough for the first down, had that ankle tackle not brought him down. It's going to be a handoff back to Sellers to the right side of the formation this time.
He gets out to about the 17-yard line. And here's that stop on 4th down that Eli Bigger made. Here's the replay. And that was the 3rd down stop. Still going to look to get that 4th down play for you so we can show a replay of that as its flag is thrown. We want to get to that text-in line on screen, so want to give a shout-out to Warren Asher's grandmother. She's tuning in this afternoon. And get a text from, Grandma Barb saying, let's go number 14.
Number 14 being Tyler Cadillac.
Yeah. So Grandma Barb tuning in. Tyler and his grandparents watching from Florida. Great and glad to see him playing again. Go Glads. Keep working on that text-in line, as you see on top of the screen, 231-350-9040. Here's the 4th down stop that Eli Bigger made on that quarterback sneak to keep the Crusaders from picking up that 4th down. As we get back to game action, it's 1st and 10 for the Gladiators from their own 17. Handoff to Harrison Shepard working around the right side, and he gets out to the 20-yard line, gain of 3 yards on 1st and 10.
Going back to that text-in line, that was a text-in for Tyler Cadillac right at the right time, because he had just made that pass breakup in the end zone that saved him from a touchdown there. So, shout out to Tyler Cadillac and Grandma Barb. Harrison Shepard took a big hit when he went up the middle here, as Enders is under center here. At the bottom of the screen, 2 wide receivers, Sellers in motion.
Yeah, that's a direct jet handoff to Sellers. And he gets a nice gain of, give him 5 yards on the second down carry.
They like to put Sellers in motion a lot there, coming from a slot formation or coming from the slot position. As we have a down Gladiator.
Yeah, it looks like that is Warren Asher, who is a little bit slow to get up. He's going to get some help to help him come off the field. And as the Gladiators tend to their starting left tackle, we're going to step aside here and come back after this from our friends at Hudson John Deere.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
And here we are, 3rd and about 2 for the Gladiators. They're going to hand off to Cam Sellers. Good lead block by Eli Bigger, and Sellers has enough for the Gladiator first down.
Warren Asher was able to walk all the way to the sidelines there after the 2 plays ago.
Yep.
And as for those of you at home Gladiator fans, I'm sure you were just thinking, man, we're going to go into the playoffs healthy, and you hope that's not going to linger going into the playoffs.
And it's a next man up mentality for the Gladiators now, coming back for the 1st and 10. Gun 2-back formation for Enders. He's going to hand off to Harrison Shepard. Shepard spinning away and a gain of about 6 yards, actually, out to the Gladiator 35 with that first down carry.
Harrison Shepard able to get and take some contact there, however, unable to spin out of the tackle. But going to the right side of that offensive line, they still have plenty of weapons on the offensive line to push back the Crusaders, imposing their will, if you will.
It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Gladiators, ball in their own 35. Hand off to Cam Sellers around left and gets a nice block to get him outside from Brian Rylson. And that gap closed quickly by that fast-filling Muskegon Catholic defense.
I mean, Muskegon Catholic is playing a little bit more stingier on defense, as they're not allowing Sellers to get in the open field like he was before.
And while we have a moment, I want to thank our friends at Pop Excavating. Hey, Traverse City, can you dig it? We're going to fill you in on Pop Excavating after this 3rd and 3. And there's under center. And he's going to triple fake it, hand to Harrison Shepard. He makes a cut. He's out near midfield. Harrison Shepard with a 12-yard gain on 3rd and 3. Good blocking from the right side of that Gladiator offensive line for a nice pickup by Shepard.
Good blocking up front, like you just said. Just following your blocks, using your athleticism, shaking some tackles. Simple, easy.
Gladiators now on the 49-yard line. We're going to turn in hand to Charlie Olivier. He bounces it out left side into Muskegon territory, brought down at the Crusader 46-yard line. I was telling you about our friends at Pop Excavating, and hey, can you dig it? Well, our fine friends at Pop Excavating sure can. Specializing in septic systems, drain fields, house foundational footprints, land clearing, winter projects, and snow plowing, and much more. For your next large project, leave the digging to Pop Excavating. Visit popexcavating.com for more info and how to find out how they can do your next job. Anderson, a gun 2-back position. He hands to Harrison Shepard up the middle. He makes one cut, puts the foot in the ground, and gets out to the Crusader 37-yard line. Good enough for a first down.
You know, that last handoff that we saw to Charlie Olivier, I think that might have been his first touch
carry of the game. Yeah.
That's got to be something that he's not used to looking at these last 2 months, because he's been one of the big name players on that offense.
Gladiators with their 3rd first down of this drive. Looking to keep things going here. They're going to hand to Harrison Shepard, working off left side. Got a nice block from Rylson as Rylson carried his block out almost right to the whistle. You saw that one, Christian.
I did. I saw Rylson just pancake someone, get down on the turf, and that shows that aggression by the offensive line, and you like to still see that going in the second half.
Yeah, good to see that guard who was able to pull out there and lead the way for a gain of 7 yards on 1st and 10.
Isaac Kerr, the lone wide receiver at the bottom there.
Yep. Gun 2 back set, handoff from shotgun 2, Charlie Olivier. He gets about 2 yards on that second down carry. While they're resetting things and getting ready for 3rd down, I'm going to tell you about Twin Bay Docks. Attention all water lovers. Twin Bay Docks is Northern Michigan's gold standard for your lakeside access, trusted by consumers and distributors alike. Featuring a superior patented vinyl design, Twin Bay Dock makes living life out on the water easy and as it should be. That's Twin Bay Docks. Here's 3rd and 2 from the Crusader 30-yard line. Gladiators hand up the middle to Eli Bigger, and he's got a 1st down.
That cast that Enders has on his right arm, when I saw him warming up at the half, it looked a little loose. It looks like he's able to just kind of use that as maybe padding for if he were to get hit on it. And it's not so much of a mallet or a club type of cast. It looks as though something maybe to just give him some protection if he were to get hit. It's very flexible.
Here's 1st and 10. Dropping back to pass. Enders looking out in the flats. Got a completion to Cam Sellers. And a nice play made on the boundary by Rosema to limit the gain on 1st down.
Yeah, just kind of ran out of real estate there, Sellers did, as he was trying to get to the upfield. When by the time he had possession of the ball, he was already at the white paint of the sidelines. Just unable to turn upfield and get anything out of it.
3rd quarter's been flying by in a blink of an eye here. It's 2nd and 10, 1 minute 50 seconds remaining. Sellers goes in motion. He gets the carry. Gets a block out in front. He's still on his feet down at the Crusader 14-yard line. He got a nice block from his good buddy, number 75, and we don't have him on the roster sheet here. But right tackle out there, 75, leading the way for the Gladiators.
Once again, putting Sellers in motion, utilizing his speed once he gets the ball. That's something that they've been doing routinely this afternoon.
Here's 1st and 10 from the Crusader 20. Broken play, and Enders has to just kind of slide down and accept that was a broken play there. He knew right what to do. He's certainly been coached on what he needs to do if a play breaks down and he finds himself scrambling.
Well, the thing that you're going to look forward to in the next couple of years, if you're a fan of the Gladiators, that Enders is only a sophomore, according to our roster sheet.
Which is true.
Only a sophomore, and having the maturity and the know-how that if it's a broken play, he's just going to take the slide. No need to suffer any injuries. No need to have it be any worse than it already is. That's maturity from your quarterback position.
Yep. He's going to hand to Harrison Shepard here up the middle. Shepard gets about back to the original line of scrimmage, and that more than likely will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, Gladiators will be on top 27-0 over the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. And coming up at this commercial break, we've got a cool little shout-out for all the Gladiators seniors, both football and playing other sports, band members, and we're going to show that to you coming up during this commercial break. 4th quarter action right around the corner here. This is Gladiator football on Next Level Broadcasting.
On the doorstep once again of scoring, making this potentially a 33-0 game, barring the extra point. So far, it's been lights out. Continuing from Traverse City, we've had some great runs by Enders, that we saw him dive down there to protect his arm a moment ago. Shepherd, it's the Shepherd show right now. I tell you what, 10, 12-yard runs on second, third down and long. So we'll see how it goes here as we wrap up this possession.
Yeah, Shepherd took that carry there on 3rd and 10. Shane, you're down there, and we want to just get a quick note. If they score here, I see a couple of JV kids starting to percolate down there on the sideline. Maybe we get an opportunity to see some of those JV kids here if they're able to put in another touchdown. And it looks like we lost Shane, so we'll check on his electronics here after this 4th and 9. Enders dropping back to pass. Over the middle, intended target was Kerr, and it's intercepted once again. That was Bradley Richards who got the interception. It was Isaac Kerr, the intended target, and the Crusaders come away with their second takeaway of this afternoon.
Threw into double coverage, and that's kind of what happened. Not what happened earlier, but just unable to find the open man, throwing into double coverage, and it's the jitters of being back right away for Enders.
Well, I mean, it was a 4th down, so you kind of take your shot there on 4th down and let it rip.
You do. However, you also kind of, have one of those things, maybe he's playing for the statistics, is that personal thing, trying to keep that touchdown to interception ratio down low.
Hey, man, I think he just cares about the score on the board. As Convertini is dropping back to pass, pressure applied by Warren Asher, and Eli Bigger had to go right through his hands. That could have been a pick six if Bigger is able to hang on to that one. Speaking of going right into our hands, we're going to tell you about Piggio's Pizza. Since 1983, Piggio's has been serving their award-winning pizzas to Traverse City and all over northern Michigan and Grand Traverse County. A taste bud shattering experience with each bite, and you can experience that 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And with pickup and delivery service, there's no excuse to not make Piggio's your next dinner selection. That's Piggio's Pizza in Traverse City since 1983. Twins to the top of the screen and bottom for Convertini, looking to set up the screen pass. Got a nice catch made by Szymanski, and he's got about a 5-yard gain on 2nd and 10.
That was a great catch off of the little flick of the wrist there, and by Convertini, and that was just a good throw out into the flat, get some extra yards. Looking at 3rd and 3 here for the Crusaders as they're trying to just put up points here before the game's over at this point.
Yeah, 4th quarter moving quickly, as did the 3rd quarter. Scoreless frames in the 3rd quarter for both teams, as Convertini's in the shotgun on 3rd and 3. He's going to keep it, looking to make a move, and Eli Bigger
swallowed.
Was in the backfield and said, "Nice to meet you. My name's Eli. Here's a tackle for loss."
I mean, Eli Bigger kind of showing up here in the 4th quarter to give Mason Dasiak a run for his money for the defensive player of the game.
I got to say right now, leader in the clubhouse for the team Elmer's hardest working player of the game is Mason Dasiak.
Mason Dasiak is a big reason why this game is 27-0, and he's contributing a lot to that goose egg that the Crusaders have on their side.
It's 4th and about 5. Convertini sends it away. No deep man for the Gladiators, so this one's going to bounce at the 40 and check up around the 31-yard line, roll to the 30. So it was a good punt for the Crusaders and trying to flip field position. Enders in, the Gladiators will set up shop here at their own 30-yard line. And while they do, we want to tell you about our friends from Magnum Hospitality and Red Mesa Grill. We're talking earlier about Piggio's, and if pizza doesn't sound good, then let Magnum Hospitality spice up your dining experience at Red Mesa Grill in Traverse City. They feature the perfect complement of spices to fire up your taste buds, but don't take our word for it. Try for yourself at Red Mesa Grill in Traverse City. Proud sponsor of Gladiator football here. Shout out to our friend Burke Flowers working at Red Mesa. Maybe this afternoon, Burke, shout out from the crew here at Next Level Broadcasting.
I assume he's there. He's not here.
That makes sense. Gladiator football from their own 31. Motion man is Cam Sellers. They're going to hand to Harrison Shepard after bringing that jet motion. Shepard has a convoy and is eventually brought down by Convertini and a couple other Crusaders after a pickup of about 5 yards on 1st and 10.
I mean, they're putting in that jet motion, faking out with the Cam Sellers handoff and giving it to Shepard. I mean, that's something that they've been doing all game, and it's worked almost perfectly to execution as they have this 27-0 lead here with 9 to go in the fourth.
I like that. Under 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Gladiators just kind of nursing along a 27-0 lead. It's second and a long 4. Enders under center. Handing to Cam Sellers. Sellers tackled in the backfield. Well played by Easton Cook.
It's one of the few times that we've seen someone get into the backfield and bring down one of these Gladiator running backs, as Sellers has had mostly positives on each of his runs. That time it just wasn't happening. It was a good defensive stand there by the Crusaders. As they're not going away, but they need to start getting some momentum in on offense if they want to, put some points on this board. I guess you can do it on defense.
Here's the snap, and they're dropping back to pass. He's scrambling. He's going to go down. Takes the sack.
There was a fumble on that play. Enders is going to get helped up, but
they looked like
recovered by the Gladiators, I think.
Yeah. And with that 3rd and 8, it's going to bring up a 4th down. Enders trots off and punt team on for the Gladiators.
It is one of those things of you are nursing a 27-0 lead, and you're trying to keep the ball in your possession and make sure you keep that clock running. I'm not sure I would have went in the route of putting it in the hands of Enders, as you don't want them to have injuries.
But you do want to get him reps and experience, though. I mean, coming up against Charlevoix, he's going to need to be able to drop back to pass and feel comfortable reading defenses again after not doing that for the better part of a month and a half. So that punt goes out of bounds. Crusaders will take over at their own 46-yard line. We're going to tell you a little bit about Hudson John Deere. Listen, the seasons are changing, as you can tell by the colors on the leaves, but the chores never stop. It's time to gear up for fall with a John Deere compact tractor from Hudson. Plenty of inventory and thousands in savings. A John Deere compact tractor from Hudson. Your fall chores just got a lot easier. Check them out online at HudsonInc.com.
Fall chores easier. Them leaves are about to start coming off these trees here soon.
That's true. Ball on the 46 for the Crusaders. They're going to turn around and hand off right tackle. That was Vince Szymanski, and he gets about a gain of 2 yards on 1st and 10.
Gladiators slow to get up. That's number 52, Brian Rylson. He did get up, however, though, but wasn't without grimacing in pain.
One of those times where you feel that one, and when you feel that short burst, it just makes you feel alive.
I mean, makes him feel alive as he trotted off field, and number 64, Luke Gorman, comes on for Rylson.
2nd and 8 for the Crusaders. They're going to turn and hand. Nice play made. Big time hit by Warren Asher. He read the guard there correctly and got his tackle for loss there. A loss of 1 yard on 2nd and 8.
Henry Rosema with nowhere to go once he tried turning upfield to go through the line. Man, the Gladiator defense still imposing their will here. We're not hearing as much from Mason Dasiak, and I'm sure the commentary curse will get to me on that one here soon.
Well, that's probably because the Crusaders decided not to run at his side anymore.
He's still all over the field.
Crusaders send 2 men to the top and bottom. Dropping back to pass. Looking,
and there's Dasiak.
And there's Mason Dasiak with another sack. Man, he's pumped up and fired up after that one, and with good reason. A big play made once again by Mason Dasiak. I'm just going to go right now, Christian, and say that Mason Dasiak is our Team Elmer's hardest working player of the game.
Mason Dasiak, when he was coming off the pass rush, he ended up running into the right guard of the Crusaders and then just bouncing back all the way to the left guard and finding a seam. Good little stunt from Dasiak.
This one gets punted away. Fair catch called for by Harrison Shepard at his own 26-yard line. And that's where the Gladiators will take over with 5 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. And when they're setting up shop, I'm going to tell you about Green Mint Car Wash. Located on 1840 North US 31 is Green Mint Car Wash, a luxury auto spa that keeps it green and clean. Green Mint is a one-stop shop for complete wash and interior cleaning. And to top it all off, Green Mint features equipment made in the USA with workers and employees right here from Traverse City. And they also have the state-of-the-art technology that is Green Mint Car Wash. Getting you ready for fall, keeping all that dirt and snow and half snow dirt off of your ride this winter. As the Gladiators hand off the left side of the offensive line. It was a carry by Tyler Cadlick for about 2 yards on that first down carry. Christian, as we look ahead to next week for the Gladiators, it's a rematch versus Charlevoix. And, man, if it's anything like that first game.
Going to be a barn burner if it's anything like that first game, isn't it?
Oh, man.
I mean, I'll have a question for you after this play.
And that's if, everything holds serve as we've seen with the projections and prognostications by some online sites covering Michigan high school football, as Jack Gruber got that carry there for 5 yards on second down.
Yeah, kind of rolled over the ankles of Braxton Lisinski, and Lisinski, you hate to see when a tackle is made and you roll over another player. However, going into next week, we're going to have Charlevoix, presumably, like you said, against St. Francis here. That means we're going to be doing another double show.
It's going to be fun, man. 3rd and 1 for the Gladiators. Hand off to Lisinski, working around the right side, brought down in the backfield for a 1 yard loss. That was a really nice play made on the tackle. It was Quinn McKenna who got in the backfield to bring down Lisinski. And Gladiators sending out their punt team.
It's going to be an energetic crowd in Charlevoix next week.
Oh, that they're going to be ready for that one, especially after the Gladiators went up there and beat them in overtime, week 1. Warren Asher back in punt formation for the Gladiators here. The first punt we saw from him was down at the 1 yard line, so we'll see if he can repeat that performance. It's a high end-over-end kick, fielded at the 25-yard line. Making a move outside is, let's see, I saw a 22.
It's Convertini on the return. As Shane said earlier, he is the Swiss Army knife for the Crusaders. Punting, throwing, running, returning.
And while we have a moment, we want to thank our friends at Alpers Excavating. Alpers Excavating is a 4th-generation St. Francis community family that is proud to support St. Francis Gladiator football this year. Family-owned and operated, and proudly serving all people for residential, commercial, municipal, and land development. That is Alpers Excavating, a proud sponsor of Gladiator football this year on Next Level Broadcasting. Full house backfield set for the Crusaders. They're going to turn and hand to Rosema. New quarterback in. That is Bodie Zygmatowski taking snaps under center, as it looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Brian Convertini. This Gladiator defense, man, give them 2 weeks to prepare. They certainly showed what they're made of here on senior afternoon.
2 weeks to prepare, 27-0. Mason Daciak, player of the game.
Yeah, doing his thing.
Big reason why this score was 27-0. Hand off to the right side. It's going to be good enough for the first down. Number 24 on the carry, Vince Zemansky.
And while we have a quick moment, we want to check in with our sideline reporter, Shane Smith. He's got an update about some of the Muskegon players. Shane, we'll send it down to you.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. Muskegon, I tell you what, as Christian mentioned here a moment ago, Convertini's been all over the place in this game, but it's also been Croy Clint here in the second half with a 24-yarder and a 20-yarder to begin. Let's see if they keep focusing on him at all in the final 2 minutes.
Thanks, Shane, for bringing that to us. We're also going to have our player of the game here this afternoon. That'll be Mason Daziak joining us from the sidelines after this game ends. So we'll have Mason wired up, and Shane, you'll be able to interview Mason and talk to him a little bit about his performance here on senior afternoon.
I'm sure Mason will love that, because the last time we had him on a post-game interview was after a loss in Lawton.
It was a tough loss at Lawton last time Mason was on, but man, there's a really nice play made by Charlie Olivier, tracking down the ball carrier, coming from the backside, running a long way to catch up with Henry Rosema.
I mean, and nothing that hasn't been said already from this Gladiator defense is we're approaching the final minute here of game time. This entire game, the Gladiators have pitched a shutout, and they love to see that going into next week's playoffs against the Charlevoix Raiders. As handoff to Rosema, he's going to go right back up the middle, be just short of the first down. But going into the playoffs, going against Charlevoix next week, they've been able to just execute everything they want to do for the most part, able to get under some reps, some meaningful reps, shake off the cobwebs as he had that cast on the right arm. But the defense for the Gladiators was the story this afternoon, led by Mason Daciak and Eli Bigger. And there's another tackle at the line of scrimmage. That time it's going to be number 20, Sam Wildfong, in for the tackle for the Gladiators, as the Glads are going to hear the final horn. As the clock hits 0, Traverse City St. Francis wins 27-0.
Big time win for the Gladiators, picking up that 4th win of the season, extending that record to 4 wins, 4 losses on the 2023 campaign. Up next will more than likely be a trip up to Charlevoix, Michigan, to take on the Raiders in a rematch game. The Gladiators can handle their business up there, as they've already gone to Charlevoix and won this year in the Week 1 season premiere. If you missed that game, Week 1, you can go on the Next Level Broadcasting YouTube page, check that one out. Well, we're going to step aside here, hear from our sponsors that have made this game possible. Thank you for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a comprehensive sideline interview with our Team Elmer's hardest working player of the game, Mason Daziak, and a couple other seniors, if we can grab them to join us coming up in about 4 to 5 minutes here. This has been a presentation of Gladiator football on Next Level Broadcasting. Don't go anywhere. The pregame show is just around the corner.
Twin Bay Dock's exclusive diamond pattern is stylish to complement your waterfront property. It's quality built to last a lifetime. Engineered to be stronger, our non-skid surface stays cool to the touch, and we offer a full line of dock accessories, including kayak and supboard racks. To see all we have to offer, visit our website to find a dealer near you. Twin Bay Docks, simply exceptional quality.
Clover Meadows, Traverse City's premier family-owned senior living community specializing in dementia care. Here at Culver Meadows, we cultivate the perfect environment for your loved ones by combining our setting, scenery, and social interaction of our residents. We pride ourselves at being an extension of your own family here at Culver Meadows. Call 231-633-9430.
With more than 18 years of construction and deck building experience, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living wants you to know that they can customize and turn your deck and outdoor living space into something right out of your dreams. But wait, Renew It Decks and Outdoor Living is now hiring employees in the Grand Traverse area, featuring a competitive industry wage, 5 weeks of paid time off, profit sharing, a 401k match program, health insurance options, advancement opportunities, and full-time year-round work. For job inquiries, call 1-231-881-6282.
Lives are a collection of experiences, moments of happiness or times of great loss. First homes, new babies, property loss, even heartache. Knowing that your insurance provider is always close by offers comfort. At Farm Bureau Insurance, the experience you get with our local trusted advisors is different. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Okay, welcome in live to Next Level Broadcasting's post-game show. Shane Smith is down on the sideline with the special guest, Mason Daziak. Shane, we're going to send it down to you. Take it away.
Alrighty, thank you, Charles. We've got Mason Daziak here with us, the Team Elmer's Player of the Game Award winner. Mason, you had one heck of a night, sacks all over the place. I mean, how do you feel with it being senior night, winning the Player of the Game Award? How does this feel to you here on your last game at home?
Yeah, I mean, it feels amazing. After that loss to JLC, I really made it a goal over these 2 weeks just to prove as much as I could. And, I mean, hopefully I think that showed tonight. So that was just my goal.
Alrighty, how are you guys looking to prepare? You already played Charlevoix once this season. Yep, you won in overtime by 1 point. How are we looking to prepare going into that as a first playoff game?
Yeah, I mean, we'll just look at what we can improve from the first time we played them, look at what they like to run against us, and just plan for that.
All right, Mason, thank you for your time. We'll be right back with another player to interview here in just a moment, Charles.
All right, thanks, Shane. Mason, thank you for your time as well. Mason Daziak, our Team Elmer's hardest working player of the game. And as Shane is working, he's got Brian Rylson. So Brian Rylson there on the sideline. Shane's got him. And Shane, you got Brian Rileson, and Brian Rileson played one heck of a game this afternoon for the Gladiators. So Shane has Brian Rileson ready to talk on senior night. Shane, take it away once again with Brian, and he's also got Tommy Richardson as well.
Alrighty, Brian, first off here, how do you feel after this senior performance? You know, last game here at home, and then you've got your first playoff game of the season coming up in Charlevoix, which you guys beat by 1 point earlier on the season. How are you guys looking to prepare for that?
I'm feeling, and I think that everything begins with the first day of practice, having a good practice and just building off of that day by day, which is what we did this last week and what we plan on doing this week.
Alrighty, thank you very much for your time. We got one more young man over here. You got Tommy Richardson. Tommy, great game today. How are we feeling looking into coming up for Charlevoix for your next playoff game here, and how do you feel on your senior night performance?
So excited. I can't wait. I love football, and getting into the playoffs is a really fun thing because now you're just playing to keep playing. Because, every game, that's another game you get to play. So, I don't know. I'm just excited for it. Glad we finally have our team back together. It feels like we're whole again, after week 2, losing a lot of guys for, season-long injuries. So, I'm excited.
Yeah, it is great to see you guys have gone through a lot of adversity as a team. So all the best to you guys here coming up against Charlevoix here in just about a week. Charles, we'll send it right back up to you.
All right, Shane, thank you for bringing that to us, and thank you to Tommy, Matthew, and Mason for being a part of our post-game show here on Next Level Broadcasting. That's going to conclude our coverage of this afternoon's game between the Traverse City St. Francis Gladiators and the Muskegon Catholic Crusaders. The Gladiators get the win here 27-0 in a big fashion, and got it when they needed it most here in order to get into the playoffs with a 4-4 record in the regular season. Wipe the slate clean. Postseason action starts next week. For everybody wondering what the deal for that is, we'll be streaming to the NFHS, and as you can see there, this is what we have going on for football playoffs. The live footage can only be seen on the NFHS network. That will be our programming. So you will hear our voices, our camera angles, our talent, and all of the different things that we put into a typical St. Francis broadcast. That will be seen live on the NFHS network. After the game and following the conclusion of the game, we will be posting the video of the game on the Next Level Broadcasting YouTube page and Facebook and all the other channels that you can see Next Level Broadcasting typically at. So once again, as you can see there on screen, live footage only on NFHS Network. Post-game footage or footage once the game has concluded on YouTube, Facebook, or wherever else you get your Next Level Broadcasting typically for Traverse City St. Francis football. For everyone here on Senior Day, or Senior Afternoon, for my producer Austin Mong, Shane Smith, Jimmy Deskamp, and Christian Swinsicki, Charles Strail signing off here. This has been Next Level Broadcasting's presentation of Gladiator football. We'll see everybody next week for the playoffs. Good afternoon, everyone. Have a great rest of the evening.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.